Well, 8 nights cruising the South Pacific. Instantly you think of swaying palms on sandy beaches and turquoise seas. Instead, these tourists got a very different experience, 1,500 kilometres from where they were supposed to go. They're furious, but the cruise company isn't budging.
It isn't what we paid for or signed up for. No.
How can you advertise somewhere where you know you're not going to go to?
But I booked a cruise to go to 3 South Sea islands, and we're not going to any South Sea island. We're not getting to see any white sandy beaches.
Why go to the Pacific Islands when you could come here to the Port of Brisbane? Sometimes you can even smell the sewage plant right next door. Some passengers paid thousands of dollars to find out they're holidaying on their back doorstep.
We live in Brisbane.
Maybe come home and catch a do the washing and go back to port in the afternoon.
David and Terry are neighbours and live north of Brisbane.
Morning, Dave.
Along with their wives, Sandra and Laurie, they're making the most of their golden years. For the retirees, an island-hopping cruise sounded like a dream.
We all wanted to go somewhere we haven't been before, and we've seen this advertised to Noumea, LeFou.
It tells you all about how you can get off and look at the beautiful beaches and look at the sand and swim with the fish.
Choose Your Cruise advertised its flashback cruise as an island getaway that winds back the clock with onboard entertainment belting out hits from the 80s and 90s with Human Nature and Marsha Hines. Departing Sydney on an 8-night voyage promising to stop at 3 ports in New Caledonia.
Nowhere in any of it does it say, oh, by the way, you probably won't get to see any of these.
They paid around $4,000 per couple. That's not including the flights to get to Sydney.
I do like entertainment, but a lot of those bands on the boat are not my type of music. The destination, the islands, Pacific Islands, was my main reason for booking, yeah.
I don't listen to any of the music that they're playing.
George doesn't know any of the artists.
Kylie paid just over $6,000 for a girls-only family holiday.
It was for 3 generations, for my mum, who's 82 years old, myself and daughter, who's 21.
What appealed to you about this specific cruise?
For me, it was definitely the destination, so a bit of a bummer.
They live on the Gold Coast, so you can imagine their shock when they received an itinerary change 1 week after booking.
Instead of going to the South Pacific, that we're now going for still the 8 nights, but having 1 stop, and that was going to be at the Port of Brisbane.
How does the Port of Brisbane catch your fancy?
Have you smelt it there lately?
It's not nice.
Choose Your Cruise explaining to customers in this email it's due to current conflicts and civil unrest in New Caledonia. The cruise also now sailing around Willis Island off the coast of Cairns as part of an onboard experience. Technically an external territory of Australia, so passengers can still get duty-free.
It's just a scenic cruise around a weather station that's tiny.
We don't get off. We get to look out the window and go, oh, look, there's a bit of coral on our way back to Brisbane. Beauty.
No one will book a trip from Brisbane to do that.
And Choose Your Cruise isn't offering refunds or even credits.
And they say to you over the phone, there's nothing we can do about it. Bad luck.
But there's a date that you get to when, if you cancel after that date, you get nothing back, no refund at all. And they waited till after that date, then told us we've changed the itinerary.
When I had a look on the website 2 days later, they were still advertising that it was a South Pacific cruise.
How's the irony that the business is called Choose Your Cruise?
We certainly wouldn't have chosen this cruise if we knew it was going to the Port of Brisbane. No.
Choose Your Cruise telling a current affair.
Due to the limited availability of ports in the South Pacific and because we have a jam-packed entertainment schedule featuring 40 music acts, some requiring access to an airport, Brisbane was the only viable port option for this voyage to ensure the integrity of the entertainment program.
I don't really want to be on a boat watching Elvis impersonators for 8 days.
There's only so much hound dog you can listen to.
I agree with you there. And the cruise company says it's adding even more entertainment to the cruise. Since we got involved, all the guests have been given $50. Don't spend it all at once, guys.